What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Bridge Now. I feel like busting loose. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose now. There's only this because in boxing, one punch can change it, no matter who you are, no matter how good you are.
I love her because she from the hood though. From the hood though. She like really from the hood.
Make you feel fine. Talking about busting loose.
That Scott said Nate will never live that down. No, he won't. But it's not about it's about how he gets up.
They doing that. They doing that Wakanda scene when they was just like,
It's about your heart because you can get knocked down so many times and people can make fun of you, but it's about that resilience.
What up? What's happening, y'all? Welcome to Ringside.
Hey, man.
We missed y'all last week. We missed
y'all last week, man. Hey, man, I wish that YouTube wouldn't ban us because right now I want to play some Cardi B music. It is up, one is up, one is up, one is up. I am ready. I am on one, man.
Prince came out with the shades and the hat today, so you know how it's about to go. We got some serious conversations. There's going to be some consequences and repercussions about the conversations that will happen. Understand, this is a show. We have our opinions, but we're going to address some issues, and we'd love to have the open discussion with the audience about what's popping. You don't have progress. What did my man say? Without struggle, there's no progress.
All right.
So we got to have a conversation. We got to have some conversations. That's the only way we move forward, folks. So let's get into it.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Hey, man. Hey, well, first and foremost, let's just. It's been so much that's been going on in the sports world, in the world, period, man. And I just want to just kind of bring everybody up to speed. As we all know, this stuff has been going down with Kyrie Irving. Let's give the people a little bit of background information. So Kyrie posted a tweet of a film that he saw and he shared it, not promote, because when you're promoting something, you're getting something in compensation. You're sharing something to get something in compensation. He shared a video. Let's get that straight. First and foremost, if you want to understand the definition of words. Second,
you going right in.
I'm going right in. Second, I'm going right in. Second, now the Brooklyn Nets had called him out for anti-Semitism because someone, I guess, watched the video and felt that that something was challenged or it wasn't true information. So I'm not here to say if it was true or not, but I will give you my opinion about that. But for right now, let me keep going. So that happened to Kyrie Irving, and a lot of other things has cascaded since then. They gave him 6 rules that he had to abide by in order to return back to basketball. And it was outrageous. It was, as I like to say, a modern day lynching, in front of everyone. They wanted to make sure that the atonement was felt by all the other players. And so everybody got in line. Even the big man, King 2-3, he got in line, man. And I'm disappointed, man, in everybody. Just there's no support. What are we doing? We are separated, man. Like let's talk about it, Ray. Let's talk about it, man. What was your thoughts on it? What did you think about it? Like, come on, man.
Man, I feel some type of way about this because the biggest thing to me is the narrative and how Kyrie was made to be a villain. When this film has been out there for years and years, and nobody complained to Amazon, nobody complained to all these other people that are making money.
Nobody complained to Shaq's Theater either. No, let's keep that in mind.
Nobody complained about this issue, but you targeted in on a tweet. He did not say he endorsed the film. He did not say this is his thought process, but he had put it out there as a discussion. I mean, when you look at Kyrie, if you know the background of someone, I mean, I haven't seen the film, so I've done some research on it, but I haven't seen the full film. So
I did.
I can't actively talk about exactly what's in the film, but from the synopsis and from everything that I studied in the back, we will let you do that. But I mean, either way, I mean, there have been so many films that have been promoted about slavery, about hate, about how the Black community is gun banging, shoot 'em up. Everybody in the Black community is this way, and there was no outrage for any of that. But you come down to a film that's been out since, well, I think the book
2018.
Yeah, but the book was out before that. I think the book came out like 2004 or before then, or earlier. And then the film was made, documentary film, but it's been on Amazon. Jeff Bezos is making money. This film has skyrocketed since all this controversy.
#1 on Amazon.
But nobody is making a complaint about that. So to pick one basketball player who has been proven, everybody's trying to make him more controversial than what he is, but everybody that you talk to says this man is, a peaceful guy. He's from a peaceful religion. He has conversations about being intellectually curious. He was a person of his word about how he felt about COVID, and took a major loss in compensation because of that.
Yes, so which he should be repaid back.
Yeah, exactly. And so my thought process on that, I don't, I went to school. My school was probably 65% in high school, 65% Jewish. I know a bunch of Jewish friends. We have conversations. We had some difficult conversations about some stuff, man. So it's when you want to shut somebody up and you do it in a way that is, here, I'm gonna make sure that you stay in line because you talked about it. And I'm gonna go into this with Kanye too, because that's going to be a secondary conversation about the whole, the woke and cancel culture is okay until it affects you.
Ooh, woo. All right. Now I'm woke. Now I'm woke. You done woke me up.
So there's a lot about it. So Kyrie is the poster child of don't mess with the bag.
All right. Thank you for that deliberation. Let me go ahead and go into my bag because I'm ready to talk.
What's your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I started.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a disclaimer, this is an open dialogue. Nobody is promoting any anti-Semitic talk, and nobody's promoting any hate talk or racism. We're having a conversation about a situation that came about that we need to discuss.
Viewer discretion is advised. They have to speak truth to power, truth into power in the right way. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Go ahead, Norman. Keep hitting those golf balls. Pause. I'm just saying, do your thing today, brother. Hey, so let me go ahead and jump into this and say, one, I watched the documentary. I wasn't afraid to watch the documentary, and I'm not afraid to speak out on it. When I saw the documentary, nothing offended me in any type of way. Actually, it empowered me to actually think about myself in a more of a beautiful and enlightened and enriching way, as opposed to the narrative that's portrayed about Black Americans. So it actually empowered me and made me feel really good about myself. So that's one. And I want everybody to take that away from this. If you are watching this, go and watch that documentary. I'm not promoting it. I'm just sharing the idea. It's like for me to tell you, I saw The Matrix, and I tell you need to go and watch The Matrix because it's a good movie. I didn't know that it offended anybody. I just saw that Neo was able to do some karate and kick some people's butt. But it's like the people that are not able to defend themselves and learn self-defense, they get offended by it. And so how did I know that you was going to get offended by not knowing about self-defense? Like, no, you cannot scrutinize, punish someone, create a public atonement, and as if this is okay. You're doing the exact same thing that was done to you, like the exact same thing that was done to you that everybody holds on to. They hold on to this, but guess what? There is I'll say that there is a Holocaust happening in Americas, right? The Holocaust happened in Europe. It didn't happen in the Americas. But right now, there is a Holocaust happening in America with Black people being treated this way and indignified. And then on top of that, as you can see it, the public atonement, they attacked Kyrie Irving. He didn't do anything except exactly what I just explained to you. Hey, Ray, guess what? I saw a movie. It's so dope, man. You got to go and check it out. That's all. He didn't even put any text to it. So first and foremost, they need to apologize to Kyrie Irving. And second, they need to apologize to all the black people in the world. Why? Because you did a lot of other things. You took a lot of things from black people. And that is unfair. And so that means George Washington needs to apologize to black people for all of the slaves that he owned. And he knew that it was wrong for even owning them things, because that's humanity. That's a human being. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the human being aspect of every single individual. You can't treat this man like an animal and then expect to try to whoop it out of him, get the cash out of him, but tell him to shut up and dribble. How you expect for his game to expand? This is what mindfulness for the ultimate athlete is all about. Being mindful of your ability, of your limitations, and how you can overcome those limitations. Look, I'm on one today, man. Let me talk about limitations. Let me talk about what is acceptable, right, in an organization or a league, and what's not acceptable. Now, I want to go ahead and jump into. I'm going to come back to Kyrie Irving, but I want to jump into Dan Snyder. Let me tell you something about Dan Snyder. Does anybody know who Dan Snyder is? That's the owner of the Washington Commanders team. And let me tell you something. This is a fact. This is not anti-Semitic or anything else. Dan Snyder is Jewish. He is a part of the Jewish community. He is associated with the Jewish community. So what I'm telling you is facts, not anything that's anti-Semitic. But there have been reports and allegations that he has a toxic environment, and he has been served a subpoena and other things as well, and he has avoided all of these things, and he is the owner of the Washington Commanders team. You wonder why they suck? Because the environment is toxic and bad. Sorry, Kevin, I had to say it. Second, look, it is
truth
true.
To power, right? That's what he said.
I'm speaking truth into power, man. Let me tell you something. So Byron Allen, the person that bought the news channel for $300 million, put an offer in to buy the Washington Commanders for $800 million, but that's how much Dan Snyder bought it for. So he refused to sell it to him, but he refused to also sell it to Jeff Bezos, who's the suitor for this, which Jay-Z is also having meetings with, so Jay-Z might be a part owner. But Dan Snyder said he refused to sell the Washington Commanders to Jeff Bezos. And what he wants to sell it for, his asking price is going to be $7 billion. Right now, Jeff Bezos is worth $151 billion. So, you know, he has the money to do what it is. He got that funny money, and it go long, too. But, man, let me say something. Nobody is shining the light on Dan Snyder. Nobody's talking about his Jewish connections. He was born from his mother and father, right? So they have this connection and this tie. So you got to understand something, man. There is the law, and in the law, for a lot of people, that's the Lord. And then there's life. And then in life, there's the creator, which we would say the universe, God, and whatever else. And so when someone is searching for themselves, when someone is looking to enrich themselves, enrich their mind, enrich their intellect, want to know more, they can do more than just dribble a basketball, catch a football, play hockey, play tennis. They can do more than just that. And when someone is searching and you deny them the right to search for who they are and stand up for who they are and feel empowered and share that empowerment with other people, you are committing a... Let me pause.
Let me slow you down, Prince. Let me slow you down.
This is the last thing. I'll say this. This last thing. Look, everyone's overall purpose in this world is to help each other evolve. And so when you stop someone from helping them evolve, then you are doing a disservice and you're not living in your purpose. That's just like if you see a beautiful flower and you walk by and you go and pick the flower, you just killed the flower because you're not allowing for that flower to evolve. And that's what the same thing they just did to Kyrie Irving and all these other people. So it's up today. Go ahead, Ray. Say what you got to say.
If you're talking about accountability, it's accountability for all. Breaking news, the D.C. District of Columbia Attorney General Carl Racine has filed a consumer protection lawsuit against the Washington Commanders, the NFL, Dan Snyder, and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell for their roles in covering up workplace and sexual misconduct allegations against the organization. They said, quote from Racine, for years the team and its owners have caused very real, very serious harm and then lied about it to dodge accountability to continue to rake in profits. So far they seem to have gotten away with it. And
that part.
Mr. Racine said he is not going to allow that. They have an internal investigation he also called out the NFL's internal investigation to the commander, said it's a sham. And that Snyder has come back out, because it was all this whole situation about Snyder was doing this, we're gonna get him out, and then all of a sudden he started calling receipts. He said, if I go down, all y'all going down. Hey, talking about him.
They start talking about it. And let me say something to you right there. See, now everybody's showing their hand, right? Now you know how to deal with the people that's in power. The same way that Dan Snyder did. He said, I'm gonna expose y'all. He said, if y'all try to take this away from me, I'm gonna expose you. So that's what you gotta understand. Mine. It's a psychological thing that's going on, man. Look, hey, but Dan Snyder is showing us the way. So appreciate it, Dan Snyder. He's telling you what to do, how to do it. Hey, I'm just saying.
When you come back to it and you having these conversations about here, let's be intellectually curious. Let's look into it. That's a big reason why critical race theory has been an issue we're putting in schools, because sometimes people don't want to hear a conversation about maybe what did Donald Trump's old PR lady say? There's alternative facts. There ain't no alternative facts. They are facts and facts and facts, and you have to be willing to be understood and to listen to it and to be forward. And it's okay here. Maybe there were mistakes made, but we can't move forward in anything unless you stay accountable and hold people accountable. So when Ava DuVernay did the 13th Amendment and talked about how you have modern day slavery in the prison system, and you have for-profit people who are getting paid for indentured servitude, nobody gave a damn about that. When you have a prison population that is 70% minority, nobody give a damn about that. So these fake ass conversations be going on, man. So either we gonna talk for real, or
where my fan at,
or just hush it up, man. So this is the conversation. So
look, it's up today on Ringside, baby, with Ray&Prince. Make sure that you go and subscribe to our YouTube page, man. Share this with everybody, man. We talking that real talk. It's gonna hit the spirit. You should feel some type of way because we share what's on the mind.
When you got out of, we talk sports, but sports is now everything is coming into the sports world. So all the politics, all the conversations that are supposed to be had are coming into the sports world, and you want to make Kyrie Irving tap dance to get his check, to get back into the game.
Hey, go bow tie, go bow tie, go bow tie.
This is not a step and fetch show, and if we understand how to use the full power of what we're doing, instead of being condescending to people or saying Kyrie shouldn't have said that. Let's have a real conversation about it and pull the panel together, or pull the power together. So if they really want them to shut up and dribble, tell them all to stop dribbling. And see what happens.
Look at that! Everybody stop dribbling. They're gonna be like, "Hold on, we was just playing, y'all. We were just playing." Let me say something, man. Let me share something, man. When first and foremost, let me just tell everybody, all these sports people, casters, and everything else, saying that Kyrie did something wrong. Kyrie didn't do anything wrong. Let's get that straight. That's a fact. He didn't do anything wrong. He did what anybody would do: share something and put it on his page. He didn't do anything wrong because he didn't offend nobody. How can you offend somebody? You watch something that empowered you, and then you're going to share with other people to empower them. How can that be offensive? Man, I'm telling you, look, the thing is, this is the beautiful thing. One of the things I heard about Kyrie, he practiced meditation, man. Let me tell you something, man. It looked like your name, Dan Snyder. Oh, my bad. It was up. It was up. I appreciate it. But if it was, man, I'm going hard on myself, Rob. So let me say something to you. When I follow Kyrie because I saw that he practices meditation. Man, I need to change my name from Dan Snyder, So anyway, I see that they practice meditation, and I'm all about mindfulness for the ultimate athlete, mastering the balance between power and peace. And so after playing professional sports, I had to sit down with myself, and I had to sit down with my failures, and I had to sit down with my insecurities and my hurt and my fears and my losses, right? And I'm on this journey to find myself and try to figure out what could I have done different to be able to last in the game of football, in the NFL. I'm being real with you. Let me be vulnerable with you. So I suffer from depression, self-identity crisis, suicidal ideation, suicide attempt, all of this stuff, and I was able to overcome all of that, transcend above the mundane. And what happened was I started realizing that I love myself. And so I started talking to myself, and I started saying, you are incredible, you are amazing. And I started seeing that. I started to see that. And that made me feel really good. And then what I realized is that I started trying to share this with other people. But other people was just like, man, you tripping, P. I'm just like, all right, well, I know that I love myself and I feel good. And so what happened? Let me tell you what happened. I started to become cemented in who I was. I said, you are this, you are that, you are this. And so when somebody told me that I was something different, I told them that's not true because I know who I am. Why? Because I spent time with me. I spend time with me, just like when you spend time with somebody else, and then all of a sudden on the news, you see that their name pops up, comes across the screen. If you spend time with that person, you know that person's heart, their antics, their character. You know that whatever is portrayed on the news is inaccurate and incorrect. And so that's how you know who that individual is. And so when you spend time with yourself, you get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, then you're willing to stand up for whatever it is that you're willing to stand up for. And so with that being said, I just want to say, Kyrie Irving, great job, man. Keep doing what you're doing, but they owe you money. They messing with your money.
So if no one knows, I mean, to give like a little bit more background of why, why there's a defense of Kyrie right now, he calls and professes himself an omnist. And so if you don't know what an omnist is, it's a person who does not claim any one religion, but practices and believes and finds truth in all faiths.
Hey.
And so like, he accepts every single faith as part of his belief. And and there's a search for that full meaning of bringing people together as one. So when you talk about someone that is intellectually curious but believes in the face of all people, how can he be anti-Semitic? Or how can he be, what they're calling him a racist? Because he is not one that's going to be, he hasn't kowtowed to how they what they want him to do. And so if you can't control somebody, from a thought process, you have to control them by money or power. So
public atonement, baby.
Exactly. So if you do that, most people will feel the pressure and actually fall to it. So I'd rather be broken right than rich and wrong.
Ooh, hey man, I just want to drop something in there because we're gonna come back to Kyrie, man. The conversation has started now. Do we just make noise or do we use this as a teaching point? We don't no need to make noise anymore. It's the teaching point and the observation has happened. So now the next step is to start to come together and work on the plan to execute this, because this has been happening for a very, very, very long time before we were even born. This has happened thousands of years. So now you're trying to uplift yourself off of the tyranny of all of this oppression. So the thing is, there's a lot of other things that go along with it, and we could talk about that. That's a whole nother conversation. What are your thoughts on Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, everybody that was on there except minus Kenny Smith on TNT, and as well as LeBron James? What are your thoughts on that? On some of the comments, some of the disdain and indifferent comments that they had when it came to Kyrie, because there were Stephen A. Smith and Jason Williams. They said they're behind Kyrie. What's your thoughts on the Jigaboos? I mean, Shaq and Shaq and Shannon and Charles.
Man, I mean, I think Shannon came out and tried to stick and defend with Kyrie. I saw him the other day. He may have changed his tune, but some of them seem like they're still listening to the thought process that Christopher Columbus founded America.
I'm sorry, y'all. That was funny.
Like he discovered it when there was people already here for many years, and we celebrated that, and that was taught in school. but that was never an issue. So I guess when you look at it, I mean they're protecting their bag. And when I had this conversation with my son the other day, and he's like, "Man, LeBron's almost a billionaire. He has this much money." But then I said, "You always got to look at who's paying him." It's like you talk about the money that these basketball players or athletes have, and somebody's paying their checks.
Paying their checks.
So when you look at it, it's a whole nother conversation, man. And it gets to be a situation where people are having issues and attitudes with stuff and not really knowing what was going on. So I want LeBron, I want Charles Barkley, I want all these guys that are saying things to Kyrie. What did he say that was so wrong? That hurt people. He even came out and apologized and said for him posting something, if he offended anybody, that was never his intention. It was an intention of him to try to bring awareness to something that he found interesting.
Empowerment.
Yeah. So I mean, if we all gonna get in trouble for posting things that we found interesting but maybe uncomfortable, we'll never get to a space where we actually move forward. So
it's hard to coexist.
Yeah. I mean, civil rights was uncomfortable. Women's rights is uncomfortable. All these other rights for everybody in the whole game is uncomfortable. But if you don't address it and you don't talk about it, then it stays the same. So status quo is not what we're gonna do.
Ooh. Look, man, let me say something to you. This has been Ringside with Ray&Prince, man. We up today. I just want to let y'all know, man. Keep sharing this, bringing the viewers, let everybody know what we want to hear you all opinions about every single thing. So man, Ray, I don't want to take a break, man. I want to keep going, but that was a good answer that you gave for Shannon and Shaq and Chuck and all those other people, and we see that Shannon, he came back and he was a little bit more ginger in terms of his response. I think he started to realize, like, man, why are we jumping up on this dude, man? Get your hand out my pocket. Look, here's
Hey, speaking of that pocket, man, Nike canceling people, Adidas canceling people.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you. That's what I wanted to talk about. Nike, Adidas, and all of oh my goodness, it is time to actually boycott Nike, really, and Adidas, because Adidas, they did Kanye wrong. I get it, but let's go back to the history of Adidas. Does anybody know the history of the company Adidas? It's a German-based company. You know what Adidas did? They funded the Nazis' shoes. That's how they made their money. Come on, man. Do your research. Know what you're talking about. Know what you're involved in. And see, the thing is you come from another country to dominate this one. And this one already has the problems. So don't continue to keep doing that. Go back to the other side and dominate that. So anyway, that's how Adidas made their money. And now Adidas just partnered with Balenciaga to do a new brand, right? So I guess since Balenciaga and Adidas dropped Kanye, now they're going to partner up. Look, everybody. I'm going to drop some gems and some game to you. This world is created from a business mindset. This planet Earth. But that's under the line of the law. Everything on top of that is just life, like animals and people that don't have no worries, and they are the native and the indigenous people, right? So they know how to survive, and so they're connected to the source. But when we have the law right here, right, that's where people do not understand it. And so this is the game. Have a business. and let your business own you. Because if you don't have a business, man, I'm just got to say it, a W-2 means that you are a swoo. Let me tell you that real quick. But I'm just letting you know that's a little game. So make sure that you get your business so you can get your 1099 so you can own yourself and then lend yourself out to someone else or contract or do business to business. But understand this mind game, man. It is going on. It's been going on for a very long time. So you got to get hip and educated to it. So that's just a little game for you. But yes, Adidas, man, boycott Adidas. Nike, boycott Nike. Nike talking about they behind their players. Like, how you gonna get behind Colin Kaepernick, but then ditch this one? Like, we can't just keep doing that.
Hold on. Yo. Adidas still gonna sell the Yeezys without the Yeezy name on. So they like here. No, we still want this money, but we gonna show you that you are unimportant. You designed the shoe. You brought all the legitimacy to the shoe, but we
and the creativity
profited off of it because we weren't that offended to not take that dollar, take those dollars. You just gotta take your name. You're not Kunta Kinte, you Toby right now.
When it's up.
But to give some more context, because this whole Nike situation,
yes,
where they come in and these companies are saying like, this is unacceptable. Like they have people who are alleged rapists, people who are alleged domestic violence abusers. You have people who are all kinds of crimes, but they can overlook that. But they can't overlook a comment or reposting. It wasn't even a comment. So to give the context, because I know a lot of people are like, okay, because it gets, it's like a game of telephone that people start saying, Kyrie said this. He did not say that.
He did not say anything.
I'm gonna read this real quick first, and it'll take about a minute, but I'm gonna read his apology of what he actually said. So Kyrie said, while doing research on Yahweh, I posted a documentary that contained some false anti-Semitic statements, narratives, and language that were untrue and offensive to the Jewish race, religion, and I take full accountability and responsibility for my actions. I am grateful to have a big platform to share knowledge, and I want to move forward by having an open dialogue to learn more and grow from this. To all Jewish families and communities that I heard affected from my post, I deeply sorry and have caused you any pain, and I apologize. I initially reached out. I initially reacted out of emotion to being unjustly labeled anti-Semitic, instead of focusing on the healing process of my Jewish brothers and sisters that we heard from the hateful remarks made in the documentary. That he didn't say anything from the documentary. It's not his words. I want to clarify any confusion on where I stand fighting against anti-Semitism by apologizing for the posting of the documentary without context and factual explanation outlining the specific beliefs in the documentary. I agreed with and disagreed with. I had no intentions to disrespect any Jewish cultural history regarding the Holocaust or perpetuate any hate. I am learning from this unfortunate event, and I hope we can find understanding between us all. I am no different than any other human being. I am a seeker of truth and knowledge, and I know who I am.
Hey, man.
But that's not enough.
That's not enough. It'll never be enough. It will never be enough. You give somebody an inch, they'll take a mile. You give them a mile, they'll travel all across the world. Look here, man. Let me tell you something, man. This is just awful. You cannot grow as a human being. You cannot search for yourself. Like, who is God in this? What's the whole point of reading the basic instructions before leaving Earth? What's the whole point of learning? What's the whole point of growing? What's the whole point of expanding your consciousness and becoming curiously intellectual? Is that what you said? Is that the phrase that you use, Ray? Like what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Nothing at all. And don't think that it is. But you got to understand, we've been indoctrinated. Like, hey, back in the day, master, they over there reading, right? And so that that same psychology, that data, that DNA was passed on from generation to generation.
But how you move forward with that, Prince? You got to be intellectually curious. You got to have the conversations. I had, when I was growing up, I had white friends or friends with different backgrounds that said, why can't I use the N word? Like, what's the history behind that? And so we had to have a conversation. I'm like, this is why it's offensive. This is why you can't say that. Like, so if they were not seeking information to figure out why they couldn't say that, why I hear it in the rap albums, but why can't I say it? Because there's a bigger history behind that. But that becomes in a conversation. If I just say I cancel you because you're trying to figure out what's behind it, then we never would have moved forward.
Never.
It's based on ignorance.
Ignorance, man. What? Oh my goodness. Let me look, man. Look, Ray. Ignorance. That's what a lot of people have for a very long time. But man, you can control one platform, because once you control the media, you control the minds. But there's a thing called the internet that came out, and the internet, it seems like there's no regards. It seems like there's no barricades, there's no limitations. The internet can give you the truth within a matter of seconds before the news even come out, man. And so that's what people are losing, that own the media. Because as I mentioned before, when you control the media, you control the minds. So now people are becoming hip. Now people are practicing mindfulness and meditation a little bit more, starting to become more mindful of what their existence stands for, what their purpose stands for. Like, why are we here? What are we doing? Why do I feel like this? And these other people feel like this. I know growing up, man, when I was in class, I went to a Catholic school. It was called PCS in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Let me tell you something, man. I was the class. I was the comedian when I was at home. And I thought I could bring that to school. So I brought it to school one day, and I saw Billy Joe doing it, and he was having everybody was laughing and everybody was going with it. Teacher would tell them stop, right? Boom. So I decided I wanted to do it because I was doing it at home, so I could do it at school just like Billy Joe. Boom. When I do it, what's what they did? The priest brought me to the front of the classroom and paddled me in front of everybody, and then gave me 2 paddles and told me to go sit down. Now I sit there wondering, like, what just happened? Like, why would he just try to embarrass me in front of my classmates when Billy Joe just did that? That's when I started really recognizing and becoming more mindful of the things that I want to do and how I want to grow. So all that I'm saying is that we want growth. Why? So we know what direction to go in. And once you start to grow, you start to expand. Once you start to expand, you tap into your intellect. Once you tap into your intellect, you go above and beyond. You're not here to hurt nobody. That's a waste of your time. Again, that's a waste of your time to go around trying to hurt people unless you're trying to profit off of them. Let me say that, man. I'm going to keep going, because here's the deal. Here is the deal. We can all make money. All he had to say was, you know what? Hey, you know what, Kyrie? You right. That movie, hey, that movie has a lot of validity to it, some facts to it. Matter of fact, we're just gonna move over and let y'all have some money, man, because we got all the money. Like, how can you just be that selfish? Don't do that. Like, why would you do this to this person? No, I get it, but now the jig is up. Look, that's all I gotta say.
Well, we got man. It's wait. Yeah, we talked about too many people that may have an unfair thought process about this conversation, man. But nobody complained about Django Unchained when they show him buck breaking. So if you understand what buck breaking is, it's the embarrassment of a black man, a slave, in front of his peers to make sure that he capitulates. And so I think that's part of what's happening to Kyrie. So if any of y'all else get out of line, you see what happens.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But again, everybody should apologize to Kyrie. Everybody should apologize, Shaq included. Because this is the thing. If this was Shaq's son, he wouldn't have those same words. He wouldn't have that same energy. Because he loved his kids. I saw him kiss his kids, hug them, embrace them. And if his son had something to say, if he spoke out like this, he would never have that same energy. but we don't think like that. We don't empathize with others that look like us. Shaq said, you know, he doesn't drink in public, but he drinks at home because his dad told him don't mess up the money. And he said, now everybody's straight. He said, but I wanted to let Shaq know, look, you still got family that's not straight. You got cousins and nephews and people that you've never met before. And they not straight. And they still an extension of your family. So why would you do that? Why would you debase and berate an individual that's looking to become more secure with himself as a young black male? Come on, man. Why are we doing this to each other? Y'all talk about the crime and stuff, but that's the crime right there. The verbal language and the verbal prosecution. You should not be doing that. That is awful. You should say, I love my brother. Look, I don't know about the documentary, you know, but I know his heart. I know what he stands for, and I'm pretty sure that it's positive. So I'm not going to condone any type of hate or say that because I haven't watched the documentary. But I will say, you know, like we're going to have to stick to basketball because this is their platform. You know, once we have our own platform, then we can speak. But other than that, I didn't see what he tweeted wrong. You know, I just saw that he put a picture up. If you want to put it in the most layman terms, if you want to put it in the most practical and basic terms, look, man, everybody owe Kyrie apology and an apology. I
gotta rub my beads. I gotta rub my Tiger's eye beads on that. You had Donald Trump Jr. post a hammer and some draws about Paul Pelosi getting beat down. And promoting violence on another person, and nobody even complained about that. And that's one of the top politicians. But it's like, oh, that's freedom of speech there. But then when you post something, don't say anything about a documentary that you watch, then there's a whole other thing. But hey, you need the bees. This give you some solace in these times. Hey, I got shout out to my man Norman. Norman made some beads for us. Norman has a company, the Love Offering bracelets. Hooked it up for my son with the Savannah State colors. He got me with the YG and the black, and then the Ohio blue, white and green. So my man, appreciate you, Norman. Thanks for the love, man.
Norman, appreciate you, baby. Thanks for the love, man. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my shirts. They are the healing shirts.
I just got the shirt in the mail, Prince.
Oh, there we go, Ray. That's what I'm talking about. Look, man. Look, we got the positive shirts. We speaking truth into power. Look, words are powerful. They uplift you or they can disempower you. And I want to let you know you are empowered with these shirts. I got peace. I got unity. I got sweet. I got the words that elicit a vibration or a feeling. So whenever you are down, you read this shirt, you read these words, and you get up and you say, wait a minute now. I know who I am. I'm going to stand on my own 2 feet and I'm going to go. I'm going to walk this journey that I'm on with conviction and faith. And I ain't being religious. I'm just talking about that's the thing that you have. So hold on to it and stay steadfast and meditate on it because you are incredible. Every single one of y'all that's watching this, it doesn't matter what race you are. Just know that you are incredible.
Man, they gonna think we ain't a sports show no more because we talking about things that affect the show, the sports. we planned on just having a conversation about all the things that's going on. I want to talk about how trash the Lakers are. I want to talk about how wonderful the Cowboys are. Talk about Geno Smith and the comeback kid. Yeah, man.
Let's talk about it, man. Let's just go ahead and talk about it, man.
They pull us back to the streets. Man, they done put Brittany Griner in a daggone penal camp.
I know. Come on.
She don't even like penal, and they put her in the penal colony.
Like, you. Hey, let me just say this, man. Look, man, everybody needs to be up for Brittany Griner. The whole country. I don't care, man. They're over here trying to talk about they need to, oh, Lord, trying to tell them to change the channel. Look, man, let me say something to you. Everybody needs to be up for Brittany Griner, man, because what's going on is is what the Europeans do, man. And over there in Europe, man, they got a concentration camp in Asia. They got a concentration camp in Russia, man. And look, it ain't nothing sweet or nice. So let me just say this: we need to be up in arms. We need to be our voices be heard.
Don't call it a concentration camp. It's a penal colony. That's what they call it. It's a penal colony, a prison camp. That's
what? Same thing, different era, different language. Man, this is all the same thing. This is this, man.
Semantics.
Yes, man. Don't make me get all into it, man. This is all semantics.
They're not gassing them and having mass graves. So we got to make that clear, man. So
okay, all right, you're right about that. So I apologize. I rescind what I said, but it is what it is, man, and everybody knows what it is. And they may not talk about it right now, but it's something going on behind closed doors. They do it another way. So anyway, but yes, man. Everybody support Brittany Griner. She's, we don't know what she's going through, but I know one thing. She's going through a heck of a lot, and if she comes out on the other end of this, man, I mean, let's continue to keep supporting no matter what, because let our hearts be felt, let our spirits be felt, because that's the only way that she can communicate with us, and vice versa. There's another power beyond the one that you think that you have access to. Don't just think that you got to just get on the phone or get on the internet to be able to communicate with somebody. Look, close your eyes and look within and meditate, man. That's how we connect with the spiritual world. That's how we connect with each other and our ancestors. So do what you need to do, man. Send Brittany some love. What's up?
Yeah. So I got to give a little context about this penal colony. So everybody like, okay, Brittany she did something wrong. She had the weed pen, but she is put into what they call a penal colony, with poor conditions, lack of running water, poor sanitation, food shortages, physical and sexual violence are also common. They said most of the reports are so the prisoners are mistreated continuously. No water, no running water, dilapidated facilities, and she is there for her having a weed pen and a 9-year sentence
of 0.5 grams of 0.5 grams. Let's get that straight.
Yeah. They said, however, this is from Axios. It said, however, female prisoners are not exempt from abuses of power by institution administration and slavery-like conditions of work. So that's what she's going through. And you're talking about a woman that's 6 foot. She's 6'8".
Yep, very intimidating. Black too, very intimidating. Tattoos everywhere, very intimidating. Deep voice, very intimidating. Everything about her is intimidating. So you definitely know they're gonna try to run a number on her. They're gonna try to do whatever they can, right?
Speak on Elena. The punishment don't fit the crime, but.
It never does. It never does, and it never did. And so that's the thing. It was nothing egregious about what she did. Yes, she was transporting some stuff, but hey, she had obviously she had a doctor's note, and there was a medical reason going on. So she's covered it in that regards. So here's the thing, man. Look, all this mistreatment, it's gonna stop. It's got to stop. It has to stop. And it stops with us, and we're going to stop it, because you got to get rid of your TVs. You got to throw all that out, because somebody else is thinking for you. You need to be able to learn how to think for yourself. Use your mind. Join me for Mind Power Mondays. I'm giving a shout out. Look, join me for Mind Power Mondays every morning, every AM. I'm gonna give you some mind power stuff that you need to think about and fixate your mind on. Because if you don't set your mind, you'll be set up. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah. Make sure y'all go support Wakanda Forever tomorrow.
Hey,
all this weekend, you got to support. You got your brown superhero for one of the first times. So we got to continue to support y'all.
Hey, man, we definitely got to continue to support, man. But hey, even with Wakanda, still watch it with you got to remember who owns it, who's putting it out. That's all I got to say. So yes, but I'm not trying to take the joy away, because I'm gonna give them my money too. All right, so look, woo, I had to say that. I had to throw that in there. man, what else we got? You said you want to talk about something else. Oh, well, we got to talk about your Cowboys. We got to talk about my Ravens, baby. And also, look, the game of the week, the games of the week,
Got to get into it. Got to get into it a little bit. We do any
Let's
picks?
get it, man.
Man,
I totally forgot to list it, but it's
here we go. I got it. All right, we got
okay. You got the list. Let's go.
We got one over in Germany, and that's at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time on Sunday, and that's Seattle and Tampa Bay. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm missing tonight's game. Hold
on. I got you, Ray. I got you. We up.
Right.
So we got the Falcons at the Panthers today. Who we got for that? Who do we have for the Falcons and the Panthers?
A-Town.
You think Atlanta?
They've been playing tough. Panthers been playing tough, but I got to go with the A-Town, man. I got to go with A-Town.
I think the Falcons are going to redeem themselves. They lost a close one last week, man. They running back looking good, man. I think the Falcons going to pull it out. The Panthers still going through a lot of changes. Man, Patterson is back. The Panthers are still going through a lot of changes. New quarterback, he playing really good. Got the new coach, so they're trying to find their identity as the Carolina Panthers. So I'm going with the Falcons on this one. I shouted.
Yeah,
the next
Panthers.
Next, the Seahawks at the Bucks and Berlin, man. Hey, Mike.
In Germany.
In Berlin. Man. Right? So who you got for this one?
I gotta
in
go
Germantown.
With the comeback kid. I gotta go with the comeback kid. I got Geno, who was Russell Wilson Smith, out there balling. He's completing 76% of his passes. The team is rallying around him. Pete Carroll might be up for coach of the year for what he did and turned around with that system and the players he had. The running back, it was a steal in the draft for this kid, Walker, the third or fifth or whatever, the fourth or whatever number he is. Kenneth Walker is a bad man. So I like what they're doing in Seattle. They're playing within themselves. So Seattle for the dub.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Seattle, even though I went against Tom Brady last week and he pulled it out at the very end of the game. I was like, "Don't do it, Tom," but he did it anyway. So, but I'm still gonna go with Seattle because they got a nice system set up, and so all that they did was remove Russell Wilson out of that system, put Geno Smith in, remove Marshawn Lynch and these other incredible running backs that they have, and put some other ones in, and now they rolling. So hey, Seattle is fitting for the win. What we got next, man? We got the Lions and the Bears.
0-2. I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears, but I'm scared.
Tell him, Ray.
I'm scared of this game. I'm going with Justin Fields, though. I got to go with Justin Fields and the Bears, man. The Bears, Justin Fields is coming to his own. He's playing within his own space. The kid is, he ran for 178 and threw for 123. So, as long as he's going up against that porous Detroit defense, I think they can pull it out because the kid just makes
no. It's not Detroit. Oh yeah, it is Detroit. I'm sorry. No, you're right. My bad. Yeah. Does anybody know what Yogi is? Because I'm going with the Bears on this one. All right, so yeah, I ain't lying to you. I'm telling the truth. So I'm going with the Bears on this one, man. Got him. Hey, so next we got the Browns and the Dolphins. That's what I was looking at. The Browns and the Dolphins.
You know what?
Ooh.
Hey, I'm sorry, Norman. I'm sorry, Norman. But Tua Tagovailoa has come back after he looked like he was knocked out in the first round.
Don't do it.
And he's playing at a super high level, man. And Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and that crew, man. Sheesh. I mean, Tyreek Hill has more yards receiving by himself than 6 NFL teams, including my Dallas Cowboys over the receivers. So the Dolphins are flying high. They jumping out the water and they doing their thing. So I got to go with the fish.
Can we say that Kansas City made a mistake? I think we can. I think we can. Look, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins on this one, man. Why would you get rid of Tyreek Hill? This dude is called cheater for a reason. Like, and then you give him a quarterback that won the championship in college, came in, back up, boom, threw touchdowns and won the championship. Like, oh my goodness, look, and then he just resurrected from his concussion, you know, or the coma that he was in, and now he back playing ball. Look, I'm going with the Dolphins on this one, man. The Dolphins are going to beat the Browns, even though the Browns are going to have a decent run game. The Dolphins still going to do their thing.
Greatest show on turf, part 2.
Ooh, man, here we go. We got the Broncos at the Titans. That's next.
What team Russell Wilson play for?
The Broncos.
I'm not picking them. I'm not picking them. Give me Derrick Henry for the win. That man, boy, I tell you, if you want to sit there as the season goes along and start trying to tackle this dude down the field, no, that's not a thing. And that's all they do. They just turn around. I like Malik Willis. He gonna get better as he goes along. The young kid. I think he gets his first win this week. He plays really well, and they dominate.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I'm going with the Titans on this one as well. Derrick Henry looked good last week. The quarterback, he came in. What's his name? Willis?
Malik Willis, yeah.
What you talking about, Willis? All right, so Malik came. So Malik came, man. He did his thing, man. He's a scrambler, man. But you got to understand, these young quarterbacks, man, that's what they do. They scramble and they throw the ball. They're a hybrid, man. So I think he's going to come into his own. They're going to win this game this week. So I'm going with the Titans as well. And definitely not the Broncos.
I think Kev don't want to win no games. He out here picking backwards.
Hey, who we got next, man? Who we got next? Kev got everybody. We got the Titans on this. We got the Bills versus the Vikings. Ooh, the Bills took a loss from the Jets. Oh my goodness! Look, I know people would hate it. I would have been mad too.
They took a loss to the Jets, man, and Josh Allen got hurt. So the Vikings are playing well, and I hate to pick the Vikings, but the Buffalo seems to be scrambling a little bit as hot as they came out. So I'm gonna go with the Bills because I don't think they're gonna lose 2 in a row.
Look, you got what's the Vikings quarterback name? Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins ain't my cousin, but he out there wearing necklaces and stuff and doing with his shirt on.
They partying.
They over there partying. Like he acting like he Gucci man. Look, man, the Vikings are gonna lose this one just because of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Bills on this one. Charge it.
They got a vibe though. They got a vibe though. They
got a vibe, but man, come on, man. Ain't nobody calling that anti-Semitic. Okay, so on to the next thing. So who we got next? We got the Bills and we got the Giants versus the Texans, man. New York Giants versus the Texans.
Yeah. What's it? Just Giants, man. New York. You got to go with them Giants right now.
Hey, man,
they playing ball. The Texans they just trying to find themselves, man. They like finding Nemo.
Hey, man, and a little fish in the big ocean. Look, man, I gotta say this, man. My condolences goes out to Takeoff from the Migos, man. You know, Houston is my city. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in Houston, Texas, and like you said, they're trying to find their identity, even with the football team, basketball team too. But the Astros, they won that World Series, so I just got to throw that W. You know what I'm saying? That Southwest.
What about the old man that won $75 million on that bet?
For real,
old man. Dang, I'm like, jeez, I couldn't win none on the Powerball. This man won $75 million.
Good Google and move, boy. I'm telling you, I wonder what he's gonna do with it. I don't know, but hey, more power to him. He can be my friend. But I'm going with the Giants on this one, man. I think they're gonna come in and say fee fi fo fum and step on, the Texans. So there we go. Who you got next? We got the Chiefs and the Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. I can't go with the Jaguars. Austin Powers is not around, so there's no chance that they're gonna win the gold, member. So I gotta go with the Chefs.
Hey, we
dressed for success right now. Yeah, we
hey, baby, what's up? Look, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this one, yeah, because they're gonna go ahead and do their thing against the Jaguars. They're probably gonna eat them up. So the Chiefs are gonna win that one. But ETN, the running back for the Jaguars, he's doing his thing and he's looking really good.
Yeah,
bad man.
Right
so so look, he has a good career if he can stay healthy. So, but on this one, I'm going with the Chiefs. Who buckle up? You gonna do? All right. So who we got next, man? Who we got next? Who we rolling with? We got the Steelers versus the Saints. Oh, look, somebody is stealing and somebody think they the Saint. Oh, Lord. Who we gonna go with? The Saints just got a beat down from the Ravens on Monday Night Football. Yes, if B Less is on here, I'm sorry to let you know, B Less there. You know, look, that was last week, though. But I think the Saints could redeem themselves, but they're still trying to find their identity. Still trying to find it.
You know what? The Sports Nation is saying that there's a 61% chance that the Saints will win. What? So, you know what? I mean, they are playing in Pittsburgh, you know, and Andy Dalton throwing the ball and the Red Rifle throwing the ball for the Saints. So you never know what's going to happen. This man has 10 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. You know, the receiver core is down. And so I think the Steelers will play tough at home. And if it comes down to a coaching situation, I got to go with my man over there. I got to go with Mike Tomlin.
I'm going to go ahead and say the Steelers are going to steal this one. And I think they're going to beat the Saints on this one, man. You know, I love the Saints. I know everybody in here, like, who that, you know, but and I listen to bounce music as well, but the Steelers are going to steal this one. You know, I just think the Saints are still trying to find their identity, and the Steelers are going to come in and prey off of their weakness. So there we go. Who we got next? Oh, got the Raiders and the Colts. The Raiders and the Colts. The Raiders and the Colts. I'm gonna go with it. Man, this is a tough one. Shuckles.
Man.
He said, Mike, look, Mike came in, he said, Raiders all day, baby. You know. The Colts. You know, I'm with you on this one. Hey, Ken, why you say the Colts, man? Why you say the Colts? I'm still trying to figure it out. So you know the Colts and the Raiders. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Raiders, I guess, man. You know, they decided to find Devontae Adams again. So when that started to happen, good things started to happen for them. They're still struggling, but
Captain flipped the coin.
That's got to be tough to watch, man.
I know, man. Hey, I'm gonna go with the Raiders on this one. I think they're gonna pull it out. You know, at least something. They get one win in. You know, something. Shoot. So yeah, I'm going with the Raiders, man. Who we got next? So we done with that one. We got anybody next? We got the Ram and the Cardinals. Uh-oh.
Ooh. They both terrible. I mean, Cooper Kupp out there.
But DeAndre Hopkins out there too. So I'm gonna throw that out there too. You know,
you know what? I'm gonna go with, because it's a home game. I'm gonna go with the Rams. It says it's a home game. And that's specifically the only reason I'm going with the Rams, because it's a home game.
Man, DeAndre Hopkins shows up for games, and Colin Murphy. I said Murphy. Yeah. Colin Murray, man. Since Colin Murray don't watch film, he's actually gonna go out there and throw the ball up to DeAndre Hopkins. You know, and they may pull out the upsetter. So I'm gonna go with the Cardinals on this one, man.
Oh, Kev says Stafford and Kyler Murray are out.
What? For real?
Hold on, we not up on that, huh? I guess.
We're not up on that. Stanford and Colin are out. They must just happen. They must just make that announcement. What? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And okay.
What happened to Colin Murphy? It look like Colin Murphy never get hurt. What happened to him?
I don't know, man.
Well, he be running around like a little butterbean. You know, he don't look like he get hurt at all. Regina said the Rams. I'm going with the Cardinals. I know you said the Rams, but I'm going with the Cardinals. Yeah, Kev said the Cardinals too. It's gonna be an upset.
Hey, you on the side with Kev? You know what's happening.
I don't losing. Who we got next, man? We got the Cowboys at the Packers, baby. What's up?
Oh, what? You know what this is. You know what it is. The Cowboys are gonna put a stank on Aaron Rodgers, who has been a thorn in our side forever. He's been a problem, and we're gonna take it out on him and beat him to death. We're gonna send this man into retirement this week, and then he's gonna be so frustrated. You saw how he was last week against the pass rush, and did the Cowboys pass rush coming in there? Man, this dude, he is in trouble. Trouble spells trouble.
Did we discuss Saints and Steelers? This must be B-less. Did we discuss Saints and Steelers? Yeah, we did. This must be B-less. Yes, we did B-less. Yeah, we discussed them, man. And we went with the Steelers. I know you're not going to be happy. He said going with JT this weekend. I don't know who that is. Is that their quarterback?
JT, you going to the game with JT? That's JT, one of our homeboys.
Nice, man. The Cowboys all the look at Regina making Ray happy on this one. Going with the Cowboys all day, every day. Look, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys on this one. Yeah, I think the Cowboys can go ahead and beat down their opponent, the Packers. Aaron Rodgers. I think the organization is ready to part ways with Aaron Rodgers, but since he's somewhat of a GOAT, right? They don't want. They're trying to save face, and I think. They're going to continue to keip losing. It's just a lot of stuff that's going on. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers.
He's going to pull a hamstring this week because he is not going to go with that.
Hey, yeah, man, the Cowboys are going to beat down the Packers. They're going to beat them down. Yeah. Hey, man, so next, who we got next? Who we went? We got the Sunday Night Football. We got the Chargers versus the 49ers. The battle of the California teams.
The Niners, is Debo back this week?
I don't know. Hey, Kev, can you do some research for us and let us know if Debo's back?
Yeah, is Debo back?
Gabriella Morella, she's what is this? Is that lightning bolts? Is she saying the Chargers might win? Is she saying the Chargers might win? All right, Miss Gabby Morales, we'll see. Let me see who this.
It's okay to be a homer. It's okay to like your team. But sometimes you got to be rational about things.
Man, who we got? The 49ers or the Chargers? Who gonna do it?
I'm going with the 49ers. I mean, the 49ers offense is going to be explosive. They're starting to pull things together. CMC has showed that he is a GOAT, and he is doing his thing.
Well, then, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the. Reluctantly, I might go with the Chargers. Reluctantly, I said reluctantly. But because again,
What's the name again?
What's the set again?
What's in Chatsworth? I mean, what's the Chatsworth Chargers?
Right. Hey man, yeah man. Oh man, Debo in? Oh man, Debo is in. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 49ers on this one. I did say the Chargers. I said reluctantly, so I was able to change it. So I can go back and rescind my comment. All right, so I'm gonna go with the 49ers on this one. I think they're gonna pull it out, man. And I think that's the end of this week for the games, right? Or was that the last one? Oh no, we got one more. Monday Night Football. Who that is?
I had to do this with
Please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Ray.
I really hate to do this too because I don't want the Eagles to keep winning. But I mean, look who they playing against. Look who they playing against. And you know what?
Huh?
I think somehow, some way. The Commanders are gonna lose again.
And man, the crazy thing is, I feel like they're gonna win this week.
I kind of do. I kind of
because they don't have nothing to lose, and they sorry. I'm sorry, Kev, but they sorry because of the environment, because of Dan Snyder. We talked about that earlier today. Look, he still got the Roman Empire happening over there. All those people with their Roman antics. That's not romantic. That's Roman antics, man. Look, Dan Snyder got a bad environment, man. And then we over here talking about, the environment, how polluted and tainted it is, man, and his association with his with the people that he's with. So anyway, the Commanders, they don't have anything to lose, and the players are trying to do something. And I think the Commanders might win this one. Oh, might give Philly their first loss.
First loss. Yeah, any given Sunday. So I guess I'm still going with Philly.
Man. I should go with Philly too, but it's the ketchup guy. What's the ketchup guy name?
Ooh,
not Heinz.
Heinz.
Yeah, Heineken. Oh, that's the alcohol. That's the alcohol guy.
Heineken. Yeah. Heineken, either one.
Yeah, man. I think he gonna come in there. He gonna sling that ball, and they're gonna win at the very last minute, man. I said what I said, man, but I want the Eagles to win because I love what Jalen Hurts and his trio is doing. AJ and Jalen Smith, man, they out there balling.
No,
boy,
actually,
you cannot stop this.
I'm switching. I'm going for the Commanders.
Yeah, man. I'm going for the Commanders too, man. It's just gonna be that one upset. Just that one upset because they don't have nothing to lose again. Yeah, when you don't have nothing to lose, you go all out.
The Eagles keep winning, they just gonna run away with the division. So we need them to win.
Oh, that's the only reason why you picking.
That's it.
That's it. Hey. Well. There's always a space for number 2. So maybe the Cowboys maintain that space. Hey, now we're gonna lose. Now we're gonna lose. Look, and everybody else, they have a bye week. Who has a bye week this week? The Ravens got a bye week this week. The Bengals, the Patriots, and the Jets, they all have bye weeks this week. So, hey, man, make sure that you tune in. Ravens all the way. What's up, baby? We flock together. You already know the weather. So I got to get ready because I got to go. I got to speak to the Ravens anyway. So this day bye week. So let me go ahead and go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. We gonna have to wrap this thing up. We done went long again. We had a lot to talk about, but we gotta let y'all know, man. We gotta let y'all know. Ringside is traveling.
Where we going?
It's traveling.
Where we going?
All the way across the South Beach.
Miami.
South Beach, Art Basel. We're gonna be doing Ringside.
Welcome to Miami.
We're gonna have special guests. We're gonna be right at the pool. We're gonna have full-time production stuff going on. So y'all wait to see that one. That's gonna be. I know. I'm about to go ahead and get me
a workout in.
Workout, some cool sculpting or something.
The cool sculpting, because everybody doing it, man. Yeah. Everybody out here doing it. I appreciate y'all. Great show. Thank you, Regina. Look, man, I need to give me some cool sculpting too. Be like, and be like, whoa, Prince, boy, he didn't work his body out. I'm like, no, I don't. Even if I had the money to afford it, I don't know if I'll do it, man. I ain't working out.
Art Basel, we got 3 weeks. We got 3 weeks to get it.
We got 3 weeks, baby. So you're gonna see us in Art Basel at the beginning of December. And make sure that you check it out. Ringside, we're gonna be there. Me and Ray, we're having a good time. My any final words for the people, Ray?
And just be intellectually curious, and don't let the fact that someone has a different opinion than you keep you from having a conversation, because that's how we move forward. So be intellectually curious, have those conversations even when they're uncomfortable.
I mean, man, Ray, boy, Hercules. Hey, man. Hey, all seriousness aside. All jokes aside, all seriousness, that's what I wanted to say. When you're searching for yourself and you find yourself, don't let nobody tell you what you ain't and what you is. You know it. Spend time with yourself. Spend quality time with yourself. Whether you got to wake up early in the morning or you do it late at night, but you spend quality time with yourself, because once your mind makes it up and says, I'm cool, I'm amazing, I'm incredible, I'm gifted, I'm intelligent, I'm awesome, I am intrepid, I am confident. You start to live into that. And you start to walk that. So when somebody tell you that you are not that, you tell them, hey, man, you got something wrong. You need to go and practice some meditation and look at yourself and spend some quality time with yourself. So those are my words of wisdom. Make sure you spend that quality time with yourself. It is imperative to you you gaining prosperity in your life. That's all I want to say, man. Shout out to Kyrie and everybody else that has supported him. You know, like I said, I am Prince Daniels. I'm with Game Beyond the Game, and I wrote a book called Mindfulness for the Ultimate Athlete, Mastering the Balance Between Your Power and Your Peace. So, y'all, we got to go. We're going to say peace out to y'all. Have a good one.
Peace out. Ray Little Jr., know better, do better. You know what it is.
Let's go, baby. See y'all in Miami. Yeah.